Mexico is one of the countries with the greatest linguistic diversity in the world. Its origin dates back to the pre-Hispanic times when multilingualism existed. The Aztec Empire managed to impose its dominance over large areas of Mesoamerican territory as part of their authentic cultural tradition. At least 68 indigenous languages are still spoken in Mexico. However, 60% of them are in danger of disappearing, with only a few elderly speakers left. Many original indigenous languages were lost since the time of independence and increased in the Mexican Revolution until today. The native languages originating in Mexico are threatened in multiple ways: racism, discrimination, the colonial heritage, and the effects of globalization have impacted the presence of native languages in our country. The objectives of this project is, in addition to the rescue, preservation, and dissemination of indigenous languages that are in danger of disappearing in Mexico, to involve school authorities, teachers, parents, and older people who are the most proud of their roots. Children are the future of Mexico. An excellent way to preserve indigenous languages is by teaching them to children. People who still know how to speak an indigenous language can help to continue transmitting it through future generations. This project has the objective of preserving not only a local culture, but a national culture heritage. It consists of three phases. Phase 1, do research on the indigenous languages spoken in each state, city, town, or community. Select a language for each city or community. Prepare a project where a program for learning indigenous languages so it can be designed and implemented in Mexico's schools. The project includes the design of learning support materials such as books, cards, and dictionaries that include riddles, tales, and tongue twisters, which are powerful means for preserving linguistic and cultural traits that invite children to interact and play games while they learn. Phase 2, present the project to the school authorities to let them know the importance of this cultural heritage and legacy. The project includes the learning of one of these languages by some teachers so that it can be taught in schools since preschool education. Phase 3, with the help of a computer engineer, create an internet program for learning different indigenous languages will be designed with the help of a computer engineer. With the help of the federal government and the design of this program, the public school in Mexico will have an impact tool to rescue the indigenous. Culture is a collection of common beliefs, values, practices, material products, and symbols of communication in a particular society. Language and symbols, beliefs and values, knowledge and common sense, rules and morals of society, practices and ceremonies, buildings, clothing, entertainment, products, and so on. Identity refers to our sense of who we are as individuals and as members of social groups. The indigenous identity of the Mexican people is unmistakable. In Mexico, our national identity includes the knowledge of our history, regional stories, the creation and enjoyment of our cultural plurality, the preservation, enrichment, and dissemination of historical, archaeological, and cultural heritage. Cultural heritage is the legacy of physical artifacts and intangible attributes of a group or society inherited from the past. We all should continue with the effort to protect and preserve the indigenous languages that are still alive. Language preservation is important for the same reason that species preservation is. Languages, like species, are unique, and if they are not preserved and maintained, they will likely disappear forever. What do you think we should do to preserve indigenous languages?
To preserve the indigenous language, there are many ways, but there should be an integrated policy to keep them alive. For example, the bilingual education with bilingual materials. In Mexico, Spanish is the dominant language, so Spanish is taught in school. And I think that everybody should learn an indigenous language apart from Spanish. But it's very important that teachers should learn an indigenous language in order to teach that language to their students.